What's up, guys? It's your boy, Dope Randy, back at it again with another Sofa Summel Series race. As we are back at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and let's see what we can do tonight. Now, last time I didn't do the last race at Atlanta, which, I like Atlanta. It's about tiles though. But I guess since you can pit, the tile situation really is negated. But an old, worn-out surface, bumpy track like in the ATL, that would have been fun. But I had to go get some money, do some work. It was a lot of fun, hella fun. Work should not be that fun, but I had it. And now we are back at Las Vegas, first race in a week. And so again, in a four-person heat, as Courtois just makes a bad move, and here comes Mayo, who actually won the race in Atlanta. And you can tell the rust because I just did an ultimate choke job. And then there goes Mayo. Okay. Everyone's human after all, as Mayo. I was actually in the party with them when this happened. And he was looking at his phone, guys. And so that's your lesson. Don't be distracted while driving, or you will just literally do the worst, most unnecessary spin you'll ever have in your life. And since it's only 4 people, he will finish 4th, and he will be in the D main unless something happens. As I'm gonna go, as we got a great run on Ready Player in the 44 truck. And I feel like I'm faster with him, but we got 9 laps, and this is only lap 3, so I'm not going to try anything crazy. I'm just going to use the knowledge and just wait for him to mess up. In general, he's a little high, and he's not keeping a straight line. I get a really good arc in the turn 1 right here, and he gets a little high. And I'm just gonna peek under him, and we're gonna go side by side down the back straight heel. Courtois is dead. I don't know where he's to, but we're side by side. Inside always beat outside, and we're going to clear him. Then go down, and new leader is the 56 truck as he tries to make a move, but I'm gonna shut that down and get another good turn 1, despite the lack of arc that I have in that corner. And now with the high draft package, it's going to be really difficult to break away from these guys, as we do create some separation from Ready Player as we're coming to 4 laps to go. But like I said, with the high draft package, it's going to be really tough to break the draft away from from me and Ready Player. I don't know what happened to Courtois. He just hasn't been able to get us. He's a second back, and Mayo is just all by himself. I tell you, you hate to see that content right there for the big fella, but maybe that'll be a lesson. Now, a little warning: I am right now recording this during a thunderstorm. So if you hear, and I am right next to a window, so if you hear rain and thunder, don't be scared. I'll be fine. As we're coming to 2 laps to go, like I said, it's really difficult to break a draft, and Ready Player has just sucked right back up to our tailgate. 2 laps to go. So it ain't going to be easy. But he just completely screws himself, just coming up, sucking up right to my tailgate, and he just gets aero tight and loses all momentum he has. And so the gap is right back to 0.3 of a second. And as long as I just generate one good lap right here, we should be Gucci in the club. As we come into one lap to go in the heat race presented by Moe's Southwest Grill, hashtag cheap plug. And he's 0.3 back, 0.2 now, but I think we're going to be okay as long as we don't do anything crazy. We get I don't know what he did, but we gained. Now it's down to 0.3 of a second, and now he's too far back. As long as something crazy doesn't happen, we'll be fine. And we got a really good turn 3. Ready player was washing up the track, and boink, into the wall. And how about that, boys? We're going to go win a heat. Maybe I should go to work more often. Maybe I should skip a race more often. And then come back. Because, yeah, that is a forced heat win for us. And that was pretty smooth. I was expecting Mayo and I to have... I mean, no offense to Ready Player and Courtois. But I was expecting the two of us to have a battle, and then Mayo just Cody wheeled it into turn 1 and lost all talent, and yeah, just wait and just used my experience, just picked through this field of 4 trucks. We're now 3, and yeah, got the bag secured. So boys, this is going to be a really short video, it seems like. We're going to go straight from the heat race to the A main. And you know that this may be the start of something. And we got the fastest lap too at a 69. And so we lit. But yeah, pretty smooth. I like the handling on the truck. And now we got to get ready. I can take a big let's see what we can do right here. For the foot, I will see y'all in the A main in just a second, big fella. And we back, and for our second A main of the year, and before that, we got to do a qualifying race between the 6 heat rentals, and so, yeah, we're gonna qualify. We're gonna do this qualifying race between the 6 heat winners, like I just said. And now the way this works is that 1 through 6, it doesn't matter about time. It just matters about where you finish, and where you finish is where you're gonna start in the A main. And as you saw, we have some pretty interesting. This is a pretty interesting sit-some we got right here. Of course, me. And then the point lead will come on our face in the 45 truck. And then I saw Tomboy. Good for him. He needed a good run. He's an A main. And he is actually on the pole. And then we got Clayboy in that 74 truck. Up front in the 23 truck, we got myself. Come on the face. And a brand new guy. That 33 truck back there. No, it's not Austin Flick. In his McDonald's / Taco Bell internet. I mean, I shouldn't really be talking from Daytona, but at least it didn't cost anyone a race. But that's Hunty. We all remember Hunty. Yeah, good to see him. But after saying he would never race a truck and never race in this format because it was too short and too varied. How about that? 7th race of the year. It took him 6 races, but look at him, by George, he's with us. So, my strat for this race, and by the way, I don't know, okay, so, I have an update on the, you're probably wondering why are all the trucks at times looking like, I mean, look crazy at times, but, like that right there, that little skip to the left. But an update, I actually put in the new router. Like, I put in all my new equipment. This is the first race with having all the new equipment. And as crazy as my screen looked, and I asked people throughout the races if I was lagging on their screen, and they said no, or very minor to the. But the good news is that I'm not lagging on anyone's screen anymore. Greatly, I should say. I'm not lagging a great deal on anyone's screen. I'm not causing any shenanigans. So that's the good news. But the bad news is that I'm gonna have to deal with it. And I guess that's karma because I mean that's what the competition's dealt with the past couple of weeks. Or the past couple of races. So I guess it's karma. And me going on a tirade about Austin Flick at Talladega, but yeah, it's karma. So we're halfway through this race here, and my strat for this. I mean, this race really doesn't matter that much. To be quite, I mean, it does. I mean, I'd rather start on the pole than start sixth. However, I'm not going to break anyone. I'm not going to wreck anyone or touch anyone for one starting spot as we kind of lose talent and get into the grass. We're about to sixth. I changed the handling on this truck a smidge from the heat race, and I just don't really like it that much, as you can tell. We're hanging out in the back here in P6. But no one is getting away from anybody, which is kind of what the point is supposed to be. And so we're going to come to 3 laps to go this time by. And it's pretty Gucci. Hunty is trying to make a move on Tomboy, and he's going to wash up, but Tomboy is going to run out of real estate and hit the wall. But he comes back. I just have to trust myself that I'm not. I just have to trust myself. That is sketchy. As we're going to come to 2 laps to go, and look at all of us. All of us have been 0.3 of a second off the lead. That's insane. It's like a Daytona or Talladega. It's like a restrictor plate track. As I'm just vibing back here, as Tomboy and Upfront make slight contact. So I'm going to try this high side, but it's not really going to go anywhere. It's coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go in the A-Main qualifying race presented by Nike. # cheap plug. We're going to go under Upfront. And Tomboy hits the wall. Upfront. Oh! Upfront is fucking dead. He is dead. And that is just unfortunate. As we're going to get under Tomboy here from that shenanigans in turn 1. We're going to get 4th. Are we going to go anywhere else? I maybe could have taken that 3 wide, but I don't really want to spend contact. And we're not going to get any more spots. Clay wins. Come on, face is 2nd. Hunty 3rd. I'm 4th. Tomboy 5th. And up front, I don't know how the truck is still going, but he'll get 6th, and that's unfortunate. And that's kind of why we don't have restrictor plates at these tracks like this, because Tomboy, I don't know what happened, but he got into the fence just slightly, coming in out of that tri-oval into turn 1, and everyone was so bunched up together that when Tomboy hit the wall, and that up front just hit his tailgate, and then from Tomboy's tailgate, up front went into me, and then just went dead right into the fence. And that's just really unfortunate. And that's just a bad timing deal. No one could have done anything about that. That's just a racing deal, I'd say. But we're starting 4th. I'm going to fix this truck to get it back to where it was in the heat race. And I will see y'all in the A main, starting 4th in just a second. And we back for the A main and our 4th place starting position. Now, you saw some names that transferred into the A main. Mayo, I guess he put down the phone or turned off the phone because he is into the A main. So is T-Board. And yeah, we'll see what happens here. We're starting 4th. It's all about survival to the end. And really just avoiding the mayhem because it seems like no one can get away from anybody. It's unless they battle for 2 or 3 laps, and that allows it like a second. Like that, 3/4 of a second is probably the magic gap. If you can get to about 8 or 9 tenths, you're gone. So let's see what happens, shall we? Starting 4th. I want to take this easy. And so, all the usual suspects who we just saw is uphill. I did not get the best of starts. Excuse me, as you can tell. And we're going to lose 1 spot. 2 spots. 3 spots. Right off the bat. Just, you hate to see that. And we're still on the outside here. We got a really good run, and we're going to go 3 wide. I run out of real estate. And I don't know what happened, but we have mayhem up here. Almost in the grass. I saw Tomboy spin. DJ just washes up the track. Now, I will say, he was lagging too, so I'm just going to put that out there. So, if you see the 38 truck go insane, that'll be the reason why. But back to 9th. I mean, that's not where I wanted to be on lap 3. As I just can't stop looking at DJ, like, my man is going to In-N-Out Burger and he's getting the triple animal style fries and all of that. Now, right here, you won't believe me on this, but I actually had to take a phone call right on that back stretch. And T-Bone, if you're watching this, I apologize. It didn't help. It didn't affect you that bad, thank goodness. But man, that could have been a lot worse, and thank goodness I was probably towards the back. But we're back to P11. And I bet T-Bone had a heart attack when he just saw me come up the track. But yeah, it's no harm, no foul. We're coming to 2 laps to go. We're probably going to finish the stage in P11. As 3rd through 8th it is a mess. An absolute mess. But, yeah, don't you love having to take a phone call of disrupting, and your progress just gets canceled for nothing? As we're coming to the end of this stage, 1 lap to go, presented by Sunoco, # cheap plug. But yeah, just like, I mean, if y'all remember Indianapolis from like season 5 or 6, way long ago, where I had to take a phone call and I actually got myself wrecked in like a 3 or 4 core pileup in the Cup Series. That didn't happen here. But that, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. We do actually suck up to T-Bone and Arnold, and we're going to finish P11 right here in the full stage. As Tomboy, who got caught up in that accident on the first lap of the race from I don't know what, it's going to finish last. So I am going to make the truck a little title, just to be different. But I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot right here, to be honest. And we'll see what happens. As the start of the second stage is live, let's see what we can do now. I'm still on the phone. And I will be on the phone pretty much for the entirety of this stage. So keep that in mind. As I just can't get a good entry into turn 1 on a restart. So we're going to go back to last. And I might, we're just going to have to slowly work our way up through the bottom line. As Tomboy is just going to leave enough of a gap for me to get under him. And there's one spot. And it's only 6 laps left. So we're gonna have to make some hay right here. As Hunty is way high. And I'm gonna follow T-Bone in the 24 truck. And everyone is still in a group. It kind of is like Daytona in a way. As we're going to go into the outside of T-Bone in the 24 truck. As that is Thunder, ladies and gentlemen. As DJ, I don't know what that was, but we're going to pass T-Bone on the high side, and I think DJ just wanted to go to the back and not lag wreck anybody. And that's really unfortunate because he was up there. As Tomboy tries to make a money move, but that doesn't work. The high side's going to prevail. 4 laps to go. We're up to 9th. Probably should have been 10th, but DJ the MVP, not trying to lag wreck anybody. I try to get up to come on a face, but I have to tuck in behind him. Yeah, this is Vegas is probably the only 1.5-mile tracks that you can be on the outside and survive. As we're gonna go 3 wide and contact. Oh, Fluff God! Oh. Well, that's 2 spots, and that is what I call wreck avoidance. Up front, and Fluff God made contact on that tri-oval apron, and you can't do that, heel. You absolutely cannot do that, because you will spin every time, and that's what Fluff God did. And you saw the throttle trace in the bottom right. I let out of the gas. I hit him, and yeah, just watched him just flare up the track and into the fence, really, and watched him fly too. So we got lucky. That's hashtag blessed. Hashtag blessed on that one. 1 to go in stage 2, presented by Subway. Hashtag cheap plug. But yeah, man, that's that. And that's that slowly but surely thing I was talking about. You know, we got half of what we was 12th. We're up to 7th. There was a couple of wrecks in the deal, or just 1 wreck in the deal, but I didn't overdo it. I let the wreck marinate. I got off the gas, touched them barely, and then I let gravity do the rest and just let them wash up the banking. And I don't know who was, I think it was up front, not up front. I bet it was the 45 of Arnold. Just creamed him, I would imagine, because he's back to 11th now. And, I mean, lessons learned for the later parts of the race. And, yeah, we better not be going... We better not be making contact on that trial or you're done so. But this is the money stage. Final stage. This is where... This is when the pay window opens and it's time to make your money. P7 at the start right here. 17 laps to go. Again, you can't win it, but you can definitely lose it. And we're actually going to get a really good start. Considering how the first two stages went. And now, during that pit stop, I actually hung up. The phone call actually ended, so... I'm back to communicating with the boys. And we're going to be in this inside line here. We're up one... Well, side by side with up front for P6. So we're going 3 wide for the lead. As I get jammed. Or rammed. Ram bam, thank you ma'am. But it's actually going to help us. As we're going to be in 5th right here. We could get 4th in a second. If we can complete the pass. But that outside line, Las Vegas and Kansas might be the only 2 track mile and a halves, cookie cutter mile and a halves that you can use the outside line to your advantage. And it's not just the inside that can get the job done. As we're going to get freight trained. And we're gonna fall back to 7th where we started. Me and T-Bot over here. Everyone is still with us. And Arnold's made a nice recovery from getting absolutely decked by the 97 in stage 2. As we have some pretty good racing, we have okay. I almost just made a dick move and almost just got myself torn. But I'll take the 2 spot L back to 9th. As Fluff God just smashes the fence, like that band Smash Mouth. Good band, by the way. Back up into P8. So let's see what we can do. As we're back into P8. They're side by side for P6 with Hunting and up front. And Podic is winning with, I see Mayo up there in 2nd. Arnold in 3rd. Clay 4th. T-Board 5th. And then Hunty up front. Your boy DJ Fluff God. T-Bone 11th and someone's last. As we're going to go side by side on up front. Now he's got that outside momentum. We're going to have to make it work. But we're not going to be able to. Like you have to be almost past him in the corner if you want to make the inside work. As now we have a pack. And Mayo's actually gone to the point now. As the Silvers continue to be dog waddle. Absolute dog waddle. Now Mayo is actually kind of starting to pull away. As we got 10 laps to go. But right when I say that, here comes the pack. And we gotta really get inside turn 1 right here. As up front and I want to make contact, and I got that's my lag I was talking about. Losing a spot to DJ, but we're gonna get that momentum. No, we're not. 9 laps to go. We're in P9. As we're just going to use the inside, and then we're going to try to wash up. And we do. We got people all over the place. 1, 2 trucks. And that was Hunty, and I guess I was up front. Because I don't see... Wow, Hunty and up front just bamboozled themselves. We're up to 7th now. And we got Fluff God hot on the trails in tow behind me. As Mayo is still winning. And second place is side by side. If they're not careful, I think that's Podek up there and T-Board. If those two aren't careful, Mayo can naturally pull away, and this race would be a GG in the chat. As Podek gets really loose, and that might be the GG in the chat. T-Board gets around it, but look at that gap. Man, I mean, if him and Clay and Podek can get like that, if they can just push, it'll be interesting to see what they can do. But they got a mountain as tall as Mount Everest to climb if they want to catch that yellow number 98. As now T-Board's help is gone. We're going 3 wide for field. Podek loose, fishtail into the grass. Stay down there, buddy. Almost hit Arnold. We're gonna be okay. He's gonna fall back to 8th though. Gonna fall back to 8th. He was 2nd, now he's 8th. You hate to see that. He's just got a little too loose. Arnold and DJ side by side for 4th place. I meant to say side by side for 4th place. DJ is gonna get the spot for now. Clayboy in the 74 truck hanging on in P3 washes up just a touch. Fluff God's trying to make a move, but it's not gonna work. Here comes Podek. Trying to get underneath Fluff God. We got 5 laps to go in the A main. T-Board is actually kind of making some headway on Mayo. As DJ washes up the track. And that's going to allow me to get... Fluff God 3 wide on the high side. And just sends that bitch in. Licking the envelope, putting the stamp on that bitch and sending it in. DJ goes into the wall, but I think DJ was going to hit that wall either way. Me and Fluff God are continuously being side by side, but I'm going to get that run, and I'm going to try to go up, and yes, so we get that done, but he's going to look on the inside heel. But I'm going to use that momentum towards my advantage. He hits the apron just a smidge. Him and Arnold, they make contact, and that may be the break I needed. Hot damn. 3 laps to go. Up into 4th place now. T-Board has actually caught Mayo. That's really impressive. That is really impressive by that 15 truck. How he was about a 2nd behind, and he just ran that bitch down. As the crazy racing continues from about 6th to about 9th, 2 laps to go. Fluff God he's back on my tailgate, and he's brought DJ with him. I gotta get Cornell. And I see Fluff God. He got loose. He got loose. He saves it on the apron though. Him and DJ are now side by side. And now T-Board is on Mayo's ass. Coming to 1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. Hashtag cheap plug. Something happened to Fluff God and DJ because the gap is increasing. We're going to finish 4th. But the battle's going to be for this win. Maybe if they wreck, maybe we can finesse a win. But we'll see. Final turn. Mayo's going all the way down. Those side by side. Who's going to get the run? T-Board or Mayo? They're still side by side. Contact once. And Mayo's going to win. T-Board 2nd. Clay 3rd. What a race. And Fluff God 5th. DJ 6th. Come on up a 7th. Hunty 8th. Podek 9th. Tomboy 10th. Up front 11th. And T-Bone 12th. That was some really good racing. I tell you, that was fun. congrats to Mayo from going from spinning out in the heat race, being a distracted driver over here, going from that, going to the D main, and then C, and then winning the A main. That's impressive. And T-Board P2, really impressive how he just caught Mayo like a thief in the night with no draft, just caught him. And then Clayboy snuck in there, messed around a little bit, snuck up in there, and almost got them both. And so that was a really good deal. We got fourth. And maybe the tide was starting to turn for us a little bit. As the battle, as we I think I ran a pretty good little race right there. We had a pretty stable 56 truck. And, you know, we got the job done. We got the job done. And there was no lag, so yeah. And so that's it for the Las Vegas race. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like what you see, subscribe, hit the bell, like it, you know what to do. Love y'all and peace.